I just want to say just a few words. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I know a lot of people have come and gone, and I'm really humbled by the support. I'm really humbled by everybody coming out to support the candidacy and the campaign. I think this is a great time to be a Hoosier and to be a citizen of Indiana, because I don't think there's anywhere for us to go but forward. And we just need to elect people that want to move us that way, and we can go there. You know, I think a lot of the problems with our current political system and a lot of the reasons which current political leaders are out of touch with the needs and wants and hopes and fears of the people of this community and the community itself can be summed up in one question. Why are you running? Why are you running? And I've heard that quite a few times over the last few weeks. And I don't like the content of the question because A, it's a cliche, and I don't like cliches. And I don't like all of the implied content behind it. Who are you, the question is asking. What makes you think you can hold elective office? What gives you the right to run for office? You know, and I don't like that question. And when we winnow down people by asking that question, we end up with exactly what we have, which is a legislature and a Senate that all look the same, act the same, and sound the same. So there's more to diversity than racial diversity and cultural diversity. There's diversity of experiences and a diversity of perspectives shaped by your experiences. So we need everybody involved. We need, teachers running for office. We need cops running for office. We need firemen running for office. We need waiters and waitresses running for office. We need busboys running for office. We need plumbers running for office. We need carpenters running for office. We need all of these people involved in running for office because all of those people make up our community. The question shouldn't be, why are you running for office? The question should be, why aren't you running for office? Why aren't you involved? Why aren't you making your voice heard? And the answer to that question, is usually because no one's asked me to be involved and no one's going to listen to what I have to say. But I'm going to tell you, I want you to be involved and I'm going to listen to what you have to say, and that's what this campaign is about. It's about more representation of people from this community who are in touch with what the people of this community want and need and hope for. And, since a lot of people don't ask me, what do you believe? What are you going to fight against? What are you going to fight for? I'll just tell you, I believe that one of the greatest social developments in the history of mankind has been public education. And I think we have to do everything we can to ensure that Indiana has the greatest public education in the nation. And we start by respecting the people that make that happen, the teachers, the administrators, the superintendents. We pay them for the job that they do, and we give them a clear path to advancement within that job. And we don't cut off our duly elected superintendent of public education at the knees just because we disagree with her opinion. And I'm going to fight against the bit-by-bit taking away of hard-fought and won union victories. It's not enough to vote against right to work. It's not enough to vote against the repeal of the common wage. You have to fight against these things. You have to get mad. You have to stand up and pound the table and make sure your voice is heard. And I'm going to fight for civil rights protection for our LGBT community. Because you know what? It's 2016, not 1956, and there's no reason anyone in Indiana, your sons and your daughters and your mom and your uncles and your neighbors should be fired simply because of who they are and who they love. There's just no reason for that. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I just want to say one other thing. When I told people I was going to run for this seat, everybody said, "Oh, that's Saladay's seat. That's a Republican seat." And it's not Saladay's seat, and it's not one party's seat. It's the seat of the person who goes out, tells you what he believes, and gets 50% plus one. That's who that seat belongs to. I know that they have a lot of money, and they're strong, and they're powerful, and they will dump hundreds of thousands of dollars in this. But I was thinking, when I was a little kid, about 5 years old, I had a really smart mom, and she knew that her sons were going to be shorter. Shorter, it's all right. So she made us study karate, my brothers and I. And I was the youngest, smallest kid in there. I was like 5 years old. And every other weekend, we had to go to some tournament in Fort Wayne or Joliet or in Indianapolis. And every other weekend, I got my ass kicked. And I never won, you know. But no one ever came to me. My mom never said, hey, Jesse, maybe you shouldn't compete because you're not going to win. You're smaller than these guys. You're younger than these guys. My karate instructor never said, hey, Jesse, maybe you shouldn't compete. These guys are stronger and older than you. You compete. That's what you do. The worst thing we can do is let these guys win by default. The only way that they take our voice is if we give it to them, and I don't want to give it to them. So thank you again for coming. I really appreciate your support.